What's up, everybody? This is Coach MJ, the coaching connoisseur, and I want to welcome you to our training broadcast for today. So as you can see on the screen, we are going to be talking about the essentials of building a winning funnel, a funnel that actually works. And so we're going to be breaking it down today, exactly what you need to know about funnels. So if you're sitting there thinking, what's she talking about? Is she talking about a funnel like this? Well, it's something like this, but it is a virtual funnel. This is a funnel that you use to take a large amount of liquid or product and put it into a smaller vessel, such as putting oil in a cart. We're not talking about a physical funnel today. Today, we're going to be talking about virtual or digital funnels that will be one of the mainstays of your online coaching business. And so be sure to grab a notepad and a pen so you can take down a few notes. So first off, we'll start off with what is a funnel? And by my definition, a funnel is basically an A to Z path that a potential customer of yours is going to go through from the time that they first encounter you, your offer, your message, whatever it is that you are putting out there into the world up until they accept or decline your offer. It takes them from being a part of this massive sea of individuals that's out there in cyberspace. All of the people who could potentially encounter your message, whether it's in an email, it's in a video, it's in a live presentation, it's in a workshop, it's at an event, because it really doesn't just happen online, but that's mainly what we're talking about. But it also can be a funnel that they started out something in person with you and then ended up in your funnel. What it does is it takes it from all of the people that could potentially see your message, and it gets it down to the ones who are going to take advantage of what it is that you have for sale or whatever it is that you do. In this case, high ticket funnel, high ticket coaching, or some of the other pieces that come into play before the person gets into your signature offer. But your funnel basically takes it from all those people down to the few that's going to come through. And again, at premium prices, when you are delivering absolute, irrefutable results for your clients, you don't need hundreds or thousands of people to work with you all the time. You just need the handful that are the elite, the cream of the crop. And so your funnel is going to help them to get to you. I know when I started out in this coaching world, and I would hear people talk about funnels, I didn't know what they were talking about. You yourself have been a part of many of a funnel. If you are on my email list before you saw this video, you are a part of a funnel. So we've talked about what it is, but we have to think about with an online business, you have access to people via social media, their emails. If you have collected their email address at some point, you have access to individuals a variety of ways when you are out here in cyberspace, and you have to have a way to wade through all of the noise on cyberspace to get them into your world where it's like you and them are just talking one-on-one. Some of the benefits, though, of having a funnel is that it saves you a lot of time and money, because let's face it, you can't possibly email hundreds of people and reach out and have conversations with hundreds or thousands of people over and over. And then when they make another decision to move forward, then you got to talk to them again. And then when they make a decision to move forward, you got to talk to them again. You don't have enough time in your life. And we are creating freedom-focused coaching businesses. So we're creating a situation where you do less and less, but get more and more rewards. It's called scaling to a lucrative level. And so having to do things on the ones, or even paying somebody to do things on the ones, such as a virtual assistant, is a bad use of your time. So for all those repetitive routine tasks, a funnel can be set up to do those things. And we're going to talk about what some of the types of funnels are in just a moment. Some of those things that are done the same way every time in the same order, a funnel can help you to handle that while you're sleeping, while you're away doing other things. It can also save you money because, again, you're not paying somebody to do all this repetitive stuff for you, and you're freeing yourself up from having to do it, right? So that you can be doing other revenue attracting activities. Okay. It also, another thing that funnels do is that they reduce errors. Excuse me, because every time a human being is involved with something, even if it's something they've done a lot, they can make mistakes. And so funnels that are digital and they're set up correctly, they execute the same way every time. They're flawless. Now, obviously, there can be little hiccups, but ultimately, when they're working the way they're supposed to work, they do it the same way every time. Just like machines can do the job that humans do sometimes a lot better because they don't get tired. So it reduces the errors. Things aren't going out to the wrong people or saying the wrong things to your customers because you have a funnel already set up in place. And then funnels can increase engagement and sales by reducing the loss of customers because they're confused or they're disappointed or they don't understand something that they see. A funnel is, if it's set up the right way, if you have an expert to help you to set it up the right way with the right language and the right graphics and all of that, it can set it up to where all they have to ask is, where do I sign on the dotted line to get involved? Because all of my questions have been answered. So that increases engagement and sales, or even situations where your funnel is not directly creating a sale. It's just getting you a contact. So let's talk about some of the types of automated funnels now. The one that you've probably engaged with a lot, and indeed, if you got to this video from my email list, you did this, is a contact capture funnel, where you are using a squeeze page and some type of a CRM interface and automated email campaigns to capture someone's email address and maybe their phone number, and then send them messaging on a regular basis, letting them know what you have that they may want to engage with that's going to help their life in some way. And then you have event registration or sign up types of funnels. And those can be even more complex because funnels can be everything from one little easy page that just takes someone's email address and puts it on your list to something like event registrations and signups. You got landing pages and CRMs and automated email sequences and lots of integrations with other things so that you, again, are not doing all these manual processes, taking one person's email and adding it to a spreadsheet. And what if you had 500 people? Who's got time to copy and paste that 500 emails? That's not a business. That's a clerk's job. And that's not even a good clerk's job, right? So having these integrations set up allows you to talk, or multiple systems to talk to each other, right? And so when you have an event or something that people need to sign up for, these types of sign up funnels can be very helpful. You also have appointment booking funnels. So these are ones that involve a booking page, such as when I am offering my one-on-one coaching or when I'm having free decision calls and things of that nature. I'm not going to be sending emails to people or talking to them on the phone saying, when are you available? Let me look at my calendar. I'm not doing that. So I have booking pages and other integrations talking to my Google Calendar saying, hey, is she available? Okay, she's available. You're available. Let's make you guys an appointment together. It integrates with different forms that collect information, confirmation pages, videos, emails. Again, the CRM system. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And so this is a place where all of your contacts are housed, and all of the ways that you have contacted those contacts is housed within there, if you don't know what CRM is. And so that's an appointment booking funnel. And then another type of funnel is a payment processing funnel. And I have quite a few of those where someone says, I want to be a part of this event, or I want to buy this product, or I want to sign up for this service. And so all of this stuff comes into play that we've already talked about. Plus you have to add purchasing pages and forms and secure card processors and confirmation pages and more videos and emails. It can be a lot. And knowing the right tools that you need to use is important to keep from duplicating effort and wasting money. There are a million tools out there that can fit in. And let me just say this. I've only talked about a few types of funnels, just the ones that I use a lot of. There are a lot of different outcomes that people might want online that they will create a funnel for, but those are some of the main ones. Okay, capturing contacts, booking appointments, processing payments, registering people for events. But there are a million tools out there that you could pick from to help you do all these things. And if you ever just went out there and said, if you just Googled, give me a tool for booking appointments with contacts, all this stuff's going to pop up. And your eyes will be swimming. I'm so glad that I had my business coach when I first became a coach. He showed me what to use, and I just used what he used because it was working for him. And I knew it was working for him because he got me into his funnel, into his universe, and eventually onto his client roster. So I didn't need to reinvent the wheel. That's another benefit of having an expert coach. They can show you literally what to use. So you don't have to be like, well, I could use this, because those decisions, that would take you 6 months to a year to try to figure out all of these tools and which one's the best one, and trial and error and messing up. And that's all the time that you could be making money and building your coaching empire and experiencing freedom, getting out of your job. But instead, you're sitting there trying to figure out what tools to use. And a lot of times you can waste a lot of money. There are some solutions that do more than one thing. So you could get 4 or 5 features in one place, maybe another tool, 4 or 5 features there, and that's all you need. Or you could end up with 8 or 10 different tools, which will cost you more. Now, what I will say as a caveat here is that I have not found in all my years of experience one single one-stop shopping tool. A lot of them will say that's what they are, but when you get behind the scenes, if you know what you're looking for, you can see that some of the things they're claiming to do, they're not that good at, and it's better to not use that feature on theirs and use somebody else's feature, right? For example, they may have some landing page templates, but their landing page templates suck and they don't convert, but you won't know that as a newbie. So you're wondering why nobody's clicking and buying. It's because your landing page doesn't look good. But this so-and-so system said that, oh, we have everything you need right here. But experience will show you, or letting somebody else who's already been there show you that that's not going to be a good use for you. But anyway, there's a lot of tools out there, and there's no one-stop shop. I just want to throw that out there. Now, there are a few things that you need to do to make sure that your funnel works, and we're just going to talk about a couple of them. You always need to test and retest your funnel regularly, because one itty bitty change can break the entire funnel. I can't tell you how many horror stories I've heard from people doing these launches like once a year or once every 6 months. And so everything is dependent on this one day, this one moment for them to make all their money for the year, which can sound good. But if one thing breaks in their funnel and they've got thousands of people going to a website and the funnel's not working, people are dropping off and they will never come back because you spent all this time to get them. But now they're like, and they're going on to something else. People are fickle, and there's a lot of things competing for their attention and real estate in their mind. And so you want to make sure everything works. And so you need to go through your funnel and pretend like you're a customer and do all the things and go step by step and see if you get through everything without any mistakes. All of the pieces that you want your customers to go through, all of the decisions, all of the buttons you want them to click. You need to test those things regularly. And then you need to refresh your parts of your funnel regularly to make sure that they are accurate, and also to prevent audience blindness. Let's face it, just like commercials that play over and over and over and over, your message will be essentially the same all the time. Whatever your signature offer is, it's not going to be changing. Now, you may change it up a little bit how things look, but your core message is the same. I can help you do A and escape B. I can help you do this and that and not experience this or that, right? That's your core message. It's going to be the same every time you go out there. So you want to refresh it regularly so that the people on your list and the people in your audience, don't get to the place where all you're doing is showing them one thing. Well, eventually they'll get blind to it and they won't look at it anymore. You need to keep things fresh, new images, new verbiage, and try new things. If things aren't clicking the way you want them to as quickly as you do, it could be one word, one sentence on one of your landing pages, or it could be the text on one of your buttons that's confusing, or it could be anything that could be preventing people from moving forward. But if you are refreshing those things regularly and tweaking them, your audience always comes back to something new. I know there's a store I like to shop in here in my community. It's a consignment furniture store. And I love how every time you go in there, it's a completely different store. Not only do they have different items for sale, they also rearrange and reorder the rooms, or the room setups. So even though they may have some of the same stuff there from months ago, it's arranged differently. So every time I walk in there, it's a treasure hunt. Every time I walk in there, it's visually and aesthetically pleasing and exciting. I love consignment and I love furniture stores, but it's exciting because I've never seen it before. The same thing needs to be true of you and all the pieces of your funnel. You've got to be going out there and refreshing it. That's what's going to make your funnel work. And then in order for your funnel to win, in other words, to be engaging and actually convert, prospects into clients, because that's what you want. No matter what you're doing out here, if you're not getting people to pay you for what you are doing, if you're not getting people to pay for your coaching experiences, if you're not getting people to say yes or no, They can decline, right? It's not, everything is not for everybody. If you're not getting them to a place of decision, your funnel's not working. So in order to win, meaning to convert them, first of all, get them to make a decision, yes or no, and then to say you want more yeses than nos, really, and you want the right yeses, you need to do a few key things. First of all, you need to focus on your primary end objective for any funnel. And I will add this, you're going to have more than one funnel. I have multiple funnels. And fortunately, the way my mind works, I can juggle a lot of things at a time. But I know some people for whom this part of their business is extraordinarily difficult. They have other people to do it for them. And they definitely get professional help in order to do that, right? It's very confusing. But you want to focus on, for whatever funnel you're working on, whatever your funnel is you're dealing with, what's your primary end objective? What do you want your customer to do at the end of it? If you had your druthers, if your ideal customer was moving through your funnel right now, what do you want them to ultimately do? Do you want them to buy a product? Do you want them to enroll in a program? Do you want them to come to an event? Do you want them to give you their email address? What do you want them to do? You got to know that before you start building it. It's the only way you're going to know what pieces you need and what tools are going to work best. And then you also need to envision the journey that you want to take your prospects on. So, yes, you could just throw up a website and be like, click here and give me $5,000 for my coaching program. Obviously, that's not how that works. They don't even know what your coaching program's about. They don't even know what you're about. They don't even know why they need what you have. And so your funnel, the various pages, the various pieces, walk them through a journey so that they can understand what it is that's going on and how they can benefit. Sometimes it's a long page and you get to the bottom and there is a payment button, or sometimes it's a few pages. Sometimes it's multiple pages. It all depends. There's no one-stop shopping. So that's why I can't say this is what you need. It's going to depend on what you're trying to do. And there's different funnels for different reasons, but you got to envision the journey. Okay, I want to help them to start thinking about this first, and then consider these questions and consider this opportunity. And then we'll move them forward and make this choice. And this, you have to envision what you want them to do. And it has to make sense, because as much as you want to convert to a paid client or an engaged customer or whatever that is, you first have to know where they're at. And that kind of ties into the next part of making your funnels win, is you need to simplify it from the customer's perspective. So you don't want to simplify it so much that they're like, who is this Yutz? I don't even know who they are, and they're asking for money. But on the other hand, you don't want it to be so complex that they get lost in it. There's some websites I go to and that thing scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. It reminds me of those old school web pages from back in the day before they really had websites, which were interconnected web pages. They said one page and it was all these crazy colors and crazy fonts and words, and it was fluorescent. And, you know, back in the day, like in the 90s, when we were first out there on that web, and you could scroll for days and not get to the bottom because they were putting everything on one page, not knowing how to interconnect web pages together. But so that was not simple. But you also can create super complex funnels unnecessarily. There are times when a funnel will be complex. There are things, especially when payment processing is involved and you have a card processor on the side and you've got other integrations like that. There are sometimes it will be complex. That's just the nature of it. But you want to simplify it from the customer's perspective so they are not confused. I've been through some funnels and I've made some purchases where I guess when I look back on it, I probably went through 5, 6, 7 different pieces of their funnel, but it was so seamless and it was so smooth that it didn't even matter. I was with them, and that's why they got my business. That's why they got my money. That's why they got my engagement. You want to make sure they're simple from their perspective. If you have to have somebody else look at it for you because you're blind to it, because you the one put it together, that's fine. That's part of your testing process that we talked about up top. So these are just some of the essentials of building a winning, working funnel. You need funnels. You're a part of a funnel right now. If you're watching this training, you're a part of a lot of funnels. If you buy online, and even if you're buying in real life, part of the funnel of a store that has a commercial on TV is we engage with them in TV. Then the customer comes to the store. Somebody greets them at the door. They go to the right, they go to the right department. They try it on. They come, they purchase, they walk out the store. That's a funnel as well. regular commercials create a funnel. Of all the millions of people that see the that see the commercial, the 500 to 1,000 that make a purchase in the next 2 weeks of that item, they made it through the funnel, right? From millions down to the 1,000, right? So you're a part of funnels already. So you have an instinctive understanding of what they're doing and how they work. Being able to build one yourself, that's another beast altogether. That's actually a part of my signature coaching program, is that I help my clients to build winning, working funnels so that they're not trying to figure all of this stuff out on their own, because it can be very daunting to do that and be afraid that you're missing something or that you're not doing it right. You're wording something wrong. The button's not going to work, all of that stuff. I do that in my signature coaching program, the Cosmopolitan Coach. But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. I'm actually here to invite you to start a journey with me by joining my upcoming free workshop, Monetize Your Magic, 5 Moves from 9 to 5 Grind to World Traveling Coach. Guess what? I would love to help everybody, every Black woman who comes to me for help. I would love to help, but I don't have the capacity, and I have really high standards for who I will work with. And so I can only work with people who have gone on a short journey with me. In the beginning of your journey, from that cubicle prison that you're in right now to complete and total freedom, working for yourself as a world traveling wealth building coach, it starts with you coming to this free web workshop. I have it on Wednesdays and Sundays, most Wednesdays and Sundays. The next one starts in just a few hours. You still have time to register for it. It's just 45 minutes, not that long. I have a participant workbook that goes with it. If you rush out there now and register now, you will get the participant workbook that goes along with the workshop. But we're going to be walking through the 5 keys that you need to put in place before you start worrying about funnels or customers or any of that stuff. You've got to have some 5 keys in place in your mind and in your environment, and be ready to think about things differently and do things differently to get a different result. Go to buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com/live. It's a live workshop. I will be there live doing the workshop. And we're going to go over the things you need to put in place before you can not really before you can begin your journey. It is the beginning of the journey. So many people just try to jump right to getting the customers, and they have no idea about what they needed to put in place beforehand, how you need to get your mind right, how you need to get your infrastructure in place, the type of systems and protocols and processes that are ideal for this type of business. Because I am a freedom coach. I'm not trying to help people create businesses that tie you down even more than your job is right now. I'm helping you to get free from all that while still creating a lucrative income for yourself, helping other people to solve the problem that you are uniquely designed to solve. And so to have that freedom, you got to go through the process and do the right things. So we're going to start the journey, buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com/live. If you go there now, you can get signed up for today's workshop. If you go there after today, you'll be able to see the next one that's coming up in case you're too busy to come today. But I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. You need to bring your notepad and your pen to that workshop as well. Again, it's just 45 minutes long, but it's going to be mind-blowing, because you're going to be like, I didn't know you had to do all that stuff before you got started. Yeah, you can jump out there and make a mess without doing the 5 things we're going to be talking about in this workshop, but it's going to save you a lot of time and hassle if you do these 5 things. So again, buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com is the website you need to go to get your front row seat in the workshop, Monetize Your Magic, 5 moves from 9 to 5 grind. From 9 to 5 grind to world traveling coach. I hope to see you there. And again, if you can't make it today, make sure you sign up for the very next one that will be happening. Do not wait, do not delay. 2022 is moving on quickly, and I want to make sure that you achieve all of your goals of freedom, financially, time-wise, and living a life of fulfillment, doing what you love. And you can do that as a high-ticket coach. And I would love to show you how. So I will see you soon in Monetize Your Magic. buildwealthwhileyoutravel.com/live. It's been my pleasure to share with you. I'll be back next time. Until then, take care and be blessed.